Everybody. Happy Friday. Happy all-time high. Look at it go. All right, I just got back, so I haven't had a chance to map out some of the recent price action, so just bear with me as I draw this out. Okay, that looks about right. This was a level from earlier. And this was our previous range. Okay. All right, let me see what's going on here. Just got back. Today will be a little bit of a shorter stream because I got an appointment. So I won't be able to stream for as long as normal, but I'll still be able to do a pretty decent amount. So let's see here. Let me know in the chat, how's your Friday going? How's everybody doing? All right. I'm going to go back and start talking about some of the trades here. So this morning, coming in, and by the way, we hit our goal of 6,000 subscribers. It just happened overnight. So we didn't have a chance to do it on stream for the goal celebration, but that's okay. We'll make a new goal for today to get to 6,010 subscribers. If we get to 6,010, we'll have a goal celebration for the stream. If we get to 40 likes, we'll have a goal celebration for likes. Right now we have 2 likes, so we're not quite there. Anyway, this is what we look like right now, or this morning. We had an overnight low and an overnight high. So I drew a range. You have kind of a spike in channel here. It all gets a close outside, new high. Reverses. This down channel was there's a tight channel here with a close outside and 2 legs to a new low. But there's also this possible wider channel that never did get a new low. We never made it back to the yesterday's close, which is this level right here. So we're coming up, and we actually get a failed second entry short. So this is the first setup I saw today. We kind of had this little micro channel, but really this looked like a channel working higher. And right into the open, it's like a couple minutes after the open, we get this failed second entry short. It breaks lower and then reverses. So you could have your order like basically 1 tick above this bar to take the failure. I don't like the inside bar there, but you could take it like that. If you waited for this to close, I think it's a little risky. You still have plenty of room to the highs, but I just think it's risky. Comes up, and you get this kind of close outside, and then new high. Reverses, and then there's actually a trade here. There's a pullback first entry. Goes lower and gives you a second entry long. It's a close outside and new low all at once. Second entry long. Really nice signal bar. It's also a triple test. I didn't like it in real time personally because after rejecting up here, I was concerned that we were just going to like dump down towards this level. So I just didn't think it was like super safe to go long there. It's sort of in no man's land. It is above the EMA, but you know how it goes. Haha, Sean, yeah, that'll happen sometimes. But, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. There's actually some trade setups, but there's just not as many as you would hope, especially on an all-time high day. So we'll see. I haven't gotten to the newer price action that just went by, so we'll see. So then this came up. You get a close outside, new high. It rejects back down. There's a second entry long here, but it's right after the news, and there's no signal bar. There is a higher low. But I just think it's dicey. It looks like you might try to go lower there. Now, when we came up here, there is a second entry short. I did like this one because you have a first entry, second entry short. That's a nice little trade right there. It's below the EMA. It's clearly a 2-legged correction. They look like measured legs just by my eye, but let's see. Yeah, basically 2 measured legs. It's like a 2-legged correction, and then it comes down. You don't know that it's going to form an up channel here, but then it does. So it's a decent little short. Then it goes higher. Now, after it goes higher, unfortunately, there's not really any setups in here. There's a second entry long here with a neutral bar that fails temporarily and then reverses. So this is kind of like a trap, this green bar. But I don't know. It's dicey. If this ticked lower, if this green bar ticked one tick lower and then reversed, I would have liked it more for a trap. But when it created the equal low, I just thought it was a little bit risky there. But you could tell that some shorts definitely got trapped there. All right, so then it goes higher. And we break through the top of the range. There's a second entry short here, 1, 2. That fails, but I don't think you're looking to take a failure right there at the top of the range because you didn't know if the range was going to win or not here. So you just kind of have to sit tight and wait. Close outside, equal highs, and then you do get some triple tests up here. Like this, but there's not really a great signal bar on any of them. I mean, I guess this one, but at this point, it's like, I don't know. If you want to be aggressive, you could maybe take that as a triple test. Maybe. I think you're pushing your luck, to be honest. What's the close? Low. I think you're pushing your luck trying to take that triple test, but it is there, and there is room to the lows. So I'll mark it, but again, I think it's a little risky. It's a triple test and a second entry short. Not really where you're looking for a short. At the time, you would have thought, hey, we might have a channel here because it did look like it was continuing higher, but it wasn't really confirmed. And then, you know, so if you trade it as a range rule, it's a possibility. I just think it's risky. So yeah, it would have been slow, right? Because the way that this thing played out. Yeah, I think it's risky. It's not ideal at all. Move that slightly moved over. All right, so then in Project Panic, good to see you. Good to see you. Then this came down, and there's a first entry, second entry long. It's a close outside new low. There's not a second leg yet. You do get one here. It makes an equal low. If you took this second entry long, you would have gotten within one tick of your stop loss. But this is a perfect example of why our stops go one tick below the bar. Look at that. Your stop would have been right here, and it wouldn't have stopped you out. It would have came all the way down, almost stopping you out, and then went higher. And this equal low you could treat like a higher low, but it was looking like a channel possibly then at that point. If this closed higher and it wasn't a channel, I would have said the higher low would have been a nice trade, but it just didn't set up that way. Then you get a first entry, second entry short right here, but you're not really looking for one necessarily there. I don't think you want to take that. I just don't think it's worth it. I think it's just too sideways here, and you don't know really where you're going yet. When it comes down and fails to break back into the range, and then it starts going higher, now we can look for other setups. So you get a first entry, second entry short here on the engulfing bar. You're not taking an engulfing bar there. After a new all-time high like that, you need something else. You could take this one. It's not ideal in my opinion because again, you're picking a top, but you have this low and you actually have a first entry, second entry short that fails and gives you sort of like a third entry short. Sometimes those can be nice traps because it's basically a close outside new high and then one more leg up. So if you took that as like 2 legs to a new high and you expect a reversal, you could kind of treat this like a trap. It's probably going to trap all these longs who tried to take the breakout to a new high. And it's also the shorts got trapped, then the longs got trapped. So this is just a trap. Again, it's not a setup that you want to write home about. It's not the best setup in the world. A lower high would have been nice there, but you just don't have one. And you don't really want to be picking tops on an all-time high day like this. Because if you zoom out now, you'll see like it's really just got a bullish bias overall. I mean, you could even draw a channel. I don't know that this channel is going to be super ideal, but we could draw it just to see. I did not mean to click right there. Hold on. I meant to connect it to this close. Yeah, something like that. I think that's about, yeah, that's on. All right, and then we can connect the top. This is a pretty big channel, but you can kind of just see overall, this is what the day looks like. It's like we kept making higher lows on the swings and higher highs. And we still did here. I mean, every higher low, like this is the low, this is the low, this is the low. We keep making a higher low on the bigger swings and a higher high as well. So, you know, you can't ignore the bias. Now, I have the original range here, and you can see that there's a measured leg up here. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we keep going up. It really wouldn't. It's a Friday, and that kind of stuff can happen. We just hit 6,800. That's the high right now. So, there you go. Everyone here, please smash up the likes. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You do want to also keep track of stuff like this. When you form these little micro ranges on days like today, these can be kind of important. So it's worth just tracking these. You know, you actually have a triple test here. But do you really want to take that? Not really. I mean, I'm not looking to take a bunch of shorts here. I mean, maybe, but I think it's dangerous. I mean, you never know. Hey, Project Panic, I know that you're just joking, but the reality is, on all-time high days, you don't know. Sometimes there's a blue sky, and it just keeps going. You always have to laugh at how the market moves. It's like government shutdown. There's all this like potential like sketchy news and all this stuff, and then the market just goes to all-time highs and just keeps going. You just kind of have to laugh. Just gotta laugh at it. I mean, but even though it's not really a trend day, it's kind of like trends within a big range. Like it's working. There's all these little micro ranges, and then like little trending moves, but they're just kind of weak. Like there's strong moves and then weak moves with like ranges. So it's kind of a weird day. It's not exactly the easiest price action to trade, and you can see that by the setups. Like every setup I marked is yellow today. There's not really any that I'm like, man, this is amazing. This is the best setup. Like this is such a good one. You know, it's kind of just like some of these setups are pretty mediocre. Yeah, exactly, Project Panic. And here's the thing, even if you are an economist, it still doesn't make sense. Because the reality is, if economists were correct most of the time, they would all just be day traders, right? But they're not. They're not. You can study macroeconomics, you can do your best to understand it, and then the market will still do stuff that doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. I mean, we saw that during COVID, right? Like all these companies hit all-time highs on their stock, and we haven't even seen that happen again, right? There was all this exuberance happening, even though like the economy was crashing and we all knew inflation was coming and all the economists were predicting a recession, right? It's like even during the recession, even during all that stuff with like the growth slowing down, all this bad stuff happened. Real estate market went to all-time highs. Even when the rates went up, the real estate is still pretty much at an all-time high, or at least close to an all-time high. Real estate's pretty much at near an all-time high, at least in the US. And then it's like, but at the same time, groceries are more expensive. Everything, it just doesn't make any sense. Sean, what do you mean? Can't skip ads anymore. What does that mean? What happened? What happened? I'm not sure because I don't know because I'm just streaming. So I don't know what the UI does. What is it doing? How long is the ad that it's showing you? Is it like a one? It's not a 5-second skippable type ad. I don't know. I have had YouTube Premium for so many years that I don't get ads. So I don't even know what it looks like for other people. But let me know. The only thing the annoying thing with ads on live streams is that like a live stream keeps going. Oh, you have to watch a 45-second? Oh, that sucks. Well, you could always just scroll back and then just play it at like 1.5x speed. And then that'll eventually, when it catches up to normal, it'll just go back to normal speed. So you could do that if like you missed something, and then that way you're not like off of the real time too much. But yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. It's just, it's a UI thing. Like, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Like, ads on live streams are kind of weird. Like, I wish that, Oh, yeah. So I don't know what that's about. Who knows? They always have different formats. I don't really control it. It's just automatic. I wish that they would make it like so that ads on live streams were like just at the beginning or something. I wonder. I'm going to test something real quick. I have this button that I've never tried before where I can press it and it says insert ad. I wonder if I click on this, if it will play an ad. I'm not going to say anything for a few seconds. I'm just going to click this button and see what happens. Sorry if this does something weird. Give me 1 second. All right, I just typed in the chat. Did that do anything? I clicked the insert ad button and I have no idea if it worked or not. Nothing? It didn't do anything? I was curious if it would like... I'll do some research on it. I'm going to do some research on it because... Nothing? Okay. How many ads does it usually show you guys during a stream? Like, how many do you usually see throughout the stream? I'm curious because what I could try to do, I think that there's a way that I could control it. Oh, same with me. Same with me, Project Panic. But yeah, let me know how many ads does it usually show? Okay, so it played a skippable ad for you. Okay, Colin. So it probably didn't play it for Sean because he had just gotten one. So what I think I could do, I think there might be a way where I can change it to manual ads. And then I wonder, you know what, I'm going to try this. So let me know real quick though, how many ads does it usually play for you during a stream? Like if you watch a whole stream, like let's say it's an hour, how many do you usually get throughout the stream? I just want to know like how often it's showing it to you, because if it's like, let's say it's 3 ads that you get throughout the stream, what I could do is maybe I can make it manual and I'll just play the ad when I have to like walk away from the computer for a minute or something. Because I think I can do that. I think I think it will let me. I'll have to check. Something like that. Okay, every 10 minutes. That's kind of a lot. I don't really want it to show the ads that often. That seems like ridiculous. Yeah, I do. They pay me for having the ads on there. They just like, it's like, but I don't control it. It's just on, I just have it set on my channel to automatic. So I don't like control it, but I probably could though. Because let me see here. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look on here. Let me look. What up, Red? Good to see you, fam. We're just having a discussion on the ads on live streams because I've left it on automatic, but I think it's annoying. So I'm trying to figure out if there's some other way that I can make this better. So, I'm trying to take a look here. So, all-time highs. All-time highs. ES hit 6,800. Pretty quick reversal after that. I mean, you could argue that there's a triple test there to take a short. I think you're rolling the dice if you take it, but you know, it is there. I'll do some research on it. Yeah, the YouTube articles on like ads are all outdated. This isn't like their own language in their articles. I'm looking right now are totally outdated. Yeah, I have it on auto. I do have it on auto right now, and the way that the settings that they give me are here, I'll tell you. The settings they give me it's on automatic, and then you can set the frequency to low, medium, or high. I just have always had it on medium, but they also have a setting on where you can do manual. And I don't know, I think manual mode you control when the ads trigger. I think that's something that you can do, which I think would be perfect because then I could just like put on an ad whenever I need to like go away from the screen or whatever, you know. I'm checking right now in the control room because I think there's some settings. Why not? It's Friday. We're kind of sitting sideways here for a second. Take a look right now and see what we got going on here. I'm taking a look in the control room at some of the settings. Yeah, it's the same settings. Insert ad, display ads. Yeah. Yeah, they do have that in there. Yeah, so I'm just thinking, I think I'm going to try, here's what I'm going to do. On Monday's stream, I'm going to have it set to manual for ads, manual mode. And then that way it won't just show you ads at random points. And what I'll do is I'll just like, I'll press the ad button when it's like a lull period, right? Like maybe early on in the stream we'll do one or something. And then like later on, if I have to like walk away for a second and I have to do like the be right back, I'll put it on then, like stuff like that. And if I do it manually like that, that might be a better way to go. Okay, so Red, I trade on Ninja. Yes, this is Ninja right here. The ES 2000 tick chart. I don't, no, it's just Ninja Trader. Ninja Prop is something new. I've never, that's new. They just emailed me about that. I haven't even looked into it. What's it called? Ninja Prop. They just emailed me about this the other day. What was it? Ninja Trader Prop or something, right? Yeah, this just got, like they just announced this. See? They just announced this. Because they sent me an email the other day on October 1st. So this is a newer thing that they're doing. I don't know anything about it. I really don't know anything about it. But you don't need that anyway. Because you can just use Ninja Trader. And yeah, I saw, oh, they're coming out with their own prop. Is that what that is? Okay, gotcha. Complete toolkit. Okay. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So, no, I'm just trading. So, if you use a prop firm, though, you can trade on the Ninja Trader platform. Anyway, I didn't even read about that new release. I just kind of, you already know. I focus on my own account. And I just use Ninja Trader as my brokerage and my platform because I like them. And the new tools are live. You can see the toolbar up here. This is my custom tools. You can see the numbers, the size of the signal bars down here below the bars. So you can see all the tools that I built for Ninja Trader are live. So that'd be cool. That'll be cool when people are starting to use it. And I wanted to real quick bring up again. Here, where is it? Let me get it. Right now, just another quick announcement while we're all here. Again, just to remind everybody, the Freedom Algo School community, it's $99 a month. So there it is. It's $99 a month. But it is going up to $127 a month on October 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And so basically, maybe I should write that in there. Should I write 10 a.m.? I should write what time it's changing because that way people will know in case they come there that day. Let me see if I can write it in. No, I don't have enough characters left. Here, let me try to do this. All right, I just corrected it. There we go. So now I wrote down here at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So basically, if you sign up before October 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, if you sign up before then, you lock in the $99 a month, and that stays your cost. Even if you keep your membership for years, it doesn't matter. That stays your cost, $99 a month. But if you join after 10 a.m. on October 8th, the new pricing will be $127 a month. So I just want everyone to know that, because you have plenty of time to still sign up, but just letting everyone know. Yeah, for sure, Red, for sure. I think that's the way to go, because then you don't have to worry about fees, the extra fees that you got to deal with. You don't have to worry about the rules. Like, there's all these there's all these ridiculous rules on the props and all that. Like, like you could get penalized because, let's say you exited a trade too early because you just felt like, hey, I took a bad trade. And now they're like, oh, you broke the risk reward rules. And it's just like, really? Like, what are we talking about? So yeah, I just think that I don't want to have to focus on extra details in my trading. It just adds extra anxieties, like, oh, the different targets that you have for them, the different rules, all these different like little extra layers. You already got to think about enough as a trader. So that's why I like just having my own account. I focus on my rules for my own strategy, and we're good to go. All right, so we do have a first entry long here, possibly a second entry long forming. Oh, that's cool, Sean. Yeah. Which one are you using? And I don't know. Listen, I'm not an expert on those. I just I've been trading since before they were popular, so I'm just not really an expert on those. But if you have one that's working for you, amazing. Like, who am I to say? I do things my way, and that's just it. I think they can be useful for a lot of people. It takes extreme discipline. Oh, never heard of them. Never heard of them. But good to know. Good to know. All right, this blue level that I drew, look, that was actually where we bounced right there. So we're going to keep that on the chart just in case. It seems like a relatively significant level. Hang on a second. I got to check something real quick. What's this? Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to test out that ad feature real quick while I walk away just to make sure that it works. So let me know in the chat if you get an ad in the next 15 seconds, because I'm going to press the button. All right. I just got back. Did that work? I pressed that add button. I just want to know if it worked. Basically, it's an experiment, right? I'll give it a try moving forward. Yeah, and Sean, I think Red is in our Discord too. He's in the public section of our Discord, so you could probably find him in our Discord. Pretty sure he is. Let me look. I think Red is in there, right? Yeah, Red's in our Discord. Ah, did we just get another fake Nick account? Come on, man. No, alright. Dude, I had to ban, like 3 of them yesterday. There, I just tagged you guys, in just like the welcome. Whoops, I meant to do it in the other channel, but meant to do it here. I'm just tagging you guys in Discord real quick, so that way you guys can connect if you want to. There we go. I just did it in both channels because that one gets lost. The welcome channel, everything gets lost. So I just tagged you guys. Be careful, everybody in Discord, just because, like, man, I've been having to ban people so much. Oh no, Sean, you don't have to post it in Discord. I was saying you can you can DM each other. You can DM each other in Discord because that way it's just an easy way for you guys to connect. You can just DM each other. But nah, don't share a bunch of links to other stuff in the Discord, but you can DM each other and share it if you want. Just because I don't want people to think that it's like an endorsement, you know what I mean? Alright. Yeah, no big deal. Alright, cool. Yeah, I don't want people to join and think that, like, we're somehow, like, I endorse some company that I don't know about. You know, all that sort of stuff. So, that's all. Yeah, for sure. But you can just DM each other. I just tagged you guys. So, you should see that in Discord now. Alright, cool. So, everybody, welcome. Happy Friday. If you haven't done so already, please smash up the likes. We're trying to get to 40 today. We hit 6,000 subscribers last night. We're trying to get to 6,010 today. Those are the 2 goals. 6,010 subscribers, 40 likes. So please smash it up. Let's get it cruising. Let's get as many as we can get. All right, so we actually have a 2-legged correction here. So let's draw it out. Look at this. Big leg here. Possible big leg here. I'm going to stretch this. Whoops. Hold on. That was a wonkified attempt. And yes, wonkified is the word. I'm going to try to go like this. Oh, come on. Why are you moving on me like that? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't be doing that. Sometimes I like to go like this. Just so it's not in the way. Alright, so looks like we got a 2-legged correction. That's definitely a first entry. This is a second entry long above this bar. It's not one that I'd take because it's finishing below this like range area. So it's not looking like a failed breakout yet. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll get a setup. Maybe. Shout out to the new members who just joined the Freedom Algo School community. Shout out to all of you. Appreciate you all. It's been cool to hear feedback from people using the tools. Everybody in the chat, let me know, how have the tools been for you? How's it been now that you've been using the Freedom Algo tools for a few days? If you haven't set up the Freedom Algo Ninja Trader tools yet, there's all the info is in school on how to do that. So go ahead and reach out to me in there if you have any questions. But I have a full-on tutorials and stuff. But everyone else, let me know how it's been going for you. Curious to hear how it's affected your trading and the way you're looking at the market and stuff like that. So let me know. Let me know in chat. Jarvis, good to hear that you're liking him. Good to hear. Yeah, I think it just makes the system easier that you could scroll wheel like this and move the chart around with your right click. Like, you get this info you get the info with the size of the candles, you get the signal bars, the drawing tools are better. I like the ATR. Right now, the ATR is pretty low. It's below a 2, which is pretty rare on the ES, but sometimes that happens on all-time high days. You can start getting these small bars. Four more subscribers to go to hit our goal for the day to get to 6010. And we got 20 likes. We're still going for 40, so definitely smash up the likes if you haven't done so. I'm not talking about the heart in the chat. I'm talking about the actual like of the video. Good, Sean. I'm glad that you like them. This is a second entry long above this bar, but you can't take it because you now have this bar that didn't trigger it. But also, it's below this little range. So you don't want to take a long right there because it could easily tick up once and fail. On a failed breakout, you don't want to take the trade unless it's back inside the range. This could be a higher low. So you actually have a first entry. It's kind of like a second entry that didn't trigger because it never broke higher. You might get a higher low here that closed inside, and that would actually still trigger the second entry. It'd be kind of a weird one because it's like it would be a second entry long that's on a higher low, which is kind of funny, but it might happen. Oh, good, Jarvis. I'm glad that it's helping you. Yeah, the grid lines and all that. Yeah, so that's the thing. With the new tools, I did a whole updated tutorial on how to set up your chart so that it just looks better and is more straightforward. So we actually could get a second entry long that is a higher low here, which is an interesting thing if we do get it. But I don't like it if it's closing below the range, right? And even if it closes above, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. We can get one set up. We can get one set up. It's a little dicey because of the fact that you had that inside bar. But we'll see. Not a lot of space. Nope. I don't like it.
Order canceled.
So it is there, but you see how it closed back? It didn't close inside. I don't like it now. I don't like it. So can't take it. Haha, Oliver. So there's a lot of reasons. Well, I guess the first response before I answer that is, what else would I trade? So what makes you ask that? Like, what else would I trade? So first, let me ask that. Like, what would you expect me to trade? That's the first question. So after you answer that, then I'll answer the rest of the question. It's always better if it's more of a discussion, you know? Hey, also shout out to Quack Profit in Discord for closing out a sick position on a swing. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I just saw that in my Discord. Man, that's a big trade. So you took a trade in July and you made like 1.5x. That's pretty impressive. Something like that. Big move. Big move. Awesome. Or sorry, wait, why did I say 1.5? I meant more than that. You made like 2.5x almost on that. 2.5x. That's a pretty sweet move. I didn't do the actual calculation, but pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. All right, so Oliver. Okay, so yeah, for sure, Jarvis. As you can see, that's what I was saying. It would have been a yellow arrow trade anyway because the second entry triggered on this weird little higher low, and you have this inside bar right here. So if you were trying to go long above that But when it didn't close like that, and this is why ranges are important, it didn't close back inside, so the failed breakout is not confirmed. Because the reason I would have liked the trade if it closed up here would have been, basically, let's say it closed up here and then I entered one tick above the bar. I would have liked it because then it would have been a two-legged correction, failed breakout with a higher low back inside the range, and a second entry long. But because it didn't trigger like that, you know, it triggered below. Now you have your second entry, and it's kind of, the second entry had already happened. So it's just not good anymore. All right. Hey, I'm glad that you feel like you learned something there. All right, so Oliver, you said NQ. Okay, so here's the thing. I've talked about this before, and I will try to do my best on this. NQ has less actual trade volume than ES. Okay, the ES I'm using a 2000 tick chart. So what that means is that every one of these candlesticks has 2,000 trades in it, right? And on the NQ, if I wanted it to look about the same speed, I would have to use a 1,000 tick chart, which means that the NQ actually has half as many transactions as the ES, typically. It's obviously slightly different. It's not exactly half, but it's roughly. So I even pulled this up on a stream, I think earlier in the week, where I showed this. So basically, the NQ has about half the actual transaction volume as the ES. Now, I'm not talking about the actual contract volume or the value of the contracts. I'm talking about actual trades happening between buyers and sellers. So and it makes sense that the ES has more because it's the entire S&P 500. There's more people trading that than there is the NQ. The NQ is only the NASDAQ 100. It's based on 100 companies that are all in the tech sector. The ES has a lot of those companies in it because it's the total S&P 500. So there's more volume on the ES, and that's why I like it better. It's more reliable because there's more volume. The lower the volume of an asset, the less reliable it becomes. And you would see this on any chart, right? Like if I started trading, I don't know, just pick like a penny stock. It's going to have lower volume, and there's like the order book can be moved easier. There's like more stuff that can happen that is not advantageous. If you enter on a market order, there's a bunch of slippage. With the ES, when I enter on a stop market order, I almost always get filled exactly at my order without any slippage. It's very rare that I get slippage on the ES. And so it just moves really good for a scalper because of the high volume and the efficiency of it. And it makes it very reliable. Like when I enter a trade, my stop loss goes one tick above the bar or below it. My entry goes one tick above the bar or below it. On the NQ, I have to give myself more of a buffer. I got to like maybe put my stop loss like 4 ticks below the bar or whatever. And there's slippage and there's more stuff like that. So I just think the ES moves a lot better in that way. Now, the other thing is, one tick on the ES is worth $12.50 on one contract, right? So what does that mean? Well, that means that if I enter a trade with one contract, just one contract on the ES, and it moves 1 point, which is 4 ticks, that's $50 in profit, okay? If I enter with 2 contracts and it moves 1 point, so 4 ticks, that's $100 in profit, all right? The NQ, each tick is only worth $5. So 1 point of movement is worth $20. So in order for me to make $50, I need it to move 2.5 points. Whereas on the ES, I need it to move 1 point to make $50. Okay? Now, the other thing, this is where it gets a little bit more complex, but just bear with me. When I trade, if I enter an ES contract on NinjaTrader, it costs me $500 to buy a contract to get into a position on ES. So if I want to enter a trade with 2 contracts, it's $1,000 to enter with 2 contracts. And again, it's $1,000 to enter with 2 contracts. If it moves 1 point, I'm up $100. Okay? The NQ costs $1,000 to enter with 1 contract. So in order for me to make $100 on that 1 contract on the NQ, I need it to move at least 5 points. Okay? 5 points to make it to be up $100. Whereas on the ES, I only need it to move 1 point with 2 contracts. So the thing is, does the NQ typically move? more than 5 times the amount of the ES? Not generally. It's generally pretty close to that amount. So I just find it to be like, with the benefit of having more efficiency, more transaction volume, and like easier to follow price action with less of the wicks ticking through areas and more reliable support and resistance and trend lines on the ES, it's just a no-brainer that it's better to trade. So that's at least how I see it. Now, you can trade the NQ with the same strategies that I teach. You totally can. But the only thing is, you have to have that a little tiny bit of flexibility on how you do your stop loss. Like, you can't always use 1 tick below the bar. Sometimes you have to use like 4 ticks. Like, your mileage may vary based on the volatility. So I prefer the lower volatility of the ES with the higher efficiency, whereas the NQ is extreme volatility that can cause some problems when you're reading the price action. So I know that was a little long-winded. I'm not a short-winded speaker. I'm always long-winded because I like to be thorough. So I hope that helped, Oliver. Let me know what you think about what I just said. And yes, I have thought about this issue a lot because I've traded NQ before. And I've tested all the things I'm saying. It looks like we are forming some sort of like a little down channel here. It appears we did get that perfect measured move and bounce there, but you can see this blue level coming into play. We're back below it. It does look like we might be forming a little channel. Hey, you're welcome, Oliver. You're welcome. By the way, everybody, on Monday's stream, I'm going to test out that new feature, or newer feature, where I could manually control ads, because I don't want it to be annoying on the stream, and it's been on automatic. Because, like, when the channel, like, I've always left ad management on automatic by YouTube, but it's just, like, it's obviously annoying if they just, like, throw, like, someone earlier got a 45-second unskippable ad. That's annoying for somebody if I'm live streaming and I'm talking about something that's interesting, or maybe I'm answering their question and then there's a 45-second ad that interrupts them. That's pretty lame. So I'm going to try to switch the model to the manual ad insertion, and then I'll just only insert ads at times where we're not doing anything, or like where I'm not answering a question, or I'll try to make it so that it's not such a pain in the butt, because just the way it is. I use YouTube Premium, so I'm not really like too aware of what it does, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody because I've noticed that that's probably annoying for people. This channel may or may not be in play here. I'm going to draw it off that close, but I'm not going to move it again unless, there we go, something like that. All right, so you actually have a failure there, goes to a new low. Now we have a first entry short. It's a little dicey. I mean, we are coming up to that big trend line I drew. We are coming up to it. So let's see if we can tap it. Let's see if we can tap it. Oh, shoot. Time. Classic Sean. Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry, man. I don't know, because I never, like, I'm not watching my own live stream, and even if I was, I don't have, I guess I could, like, try to open it on an incognito window and see what the ads are like. Here, actually, you know what? Let me test it real quick. I'm going to try something. Let's open an incognito window. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to search for Freedom Algo. All right, let me put on the All right, I got an ad. I just got an ad starting the live stream because I'm on an incognito window. All right, so now I'm watching it. I'm actually gonna press the ad button real quick. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna do it real quick. Huh. Yeah, weird. It like doesn't yeah, it doesn't like it didn't do anything. Maybe it's because I just was shown an ad right before that by starting the stream. I think it's like weird. Like I think YouTube has some sort of, there must be some sort of control because I just had an ad. Yeah, so there must be something like that. All right, anyway, thanks for bearing with me on that. It's worth me looking into that sort of stuff just to try to make the experience better for people. So I'm going to test it on Monday. I'm going to run it on manual mode and just see how it does because I think that might be better. And then that way, the ads will only happen when it's like a point that makes sense and people won't be getting annoyed by it. Because the first time when it went live, it somehow was on high, like aggressive mode. And it was like, people were like, dude, I'm seeing ads like every 30 seconds almost. Like, and I was like, well, I didn't try to do that. It must have just done it on its own. So, anyway, you can't trust these. You can't trust them to do it on, you can't trust the automation. You can't trust the automation sometimes. All right, everybody, smash up that like button. We got 22 right now. We're trying to get to 40. We've got 6,008 subscribers, and we are trying to get to 6,010. Insane football. What up? What up? What kind of football is that? Is that, are you talking about American football, or are you talking about football in terms of the rest of the world football? Just curious because I'm a big fan myself. I've shown this before, but I'll show it again. Oh, second entry forming right here. Look at that. Second entry short. Second entry short right there. Channels in play. Decent setup. I looked away for a second. It's insane. So that's actually a really nice trade right there. I didn't take it because I was looking away for a second, but there it is. That's a nice second entry short right there. And you can see it's already moved to scalp. So here, let me mark that. That happened too quick for me because I was about to grab something off the shelf. We're coming down to that trend line now. Let's see if it actually holds. Yeah, for sure. I missed it too because I was about to grab something. I wanted to show this. Check this out. I'm a big Liverpool fan. You got Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, and Sadio Mane. There's also Emre Can in there, but it's actually signed by Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, and Sadio Mane. All right, so let me zoom out real quick. So it looks like this channel, the big upward bias channel that I drew, is not going to come into play. So we can just remove that. But you can still clearly see that this is an upward bias. Let me try drawing one off of the low over here. Because then it's more like a spiking channel. More like a spiking channel. Oh, dude. For sure. Corner taken quickly, Origi! That's one of my favorite... Dude, that was one of my favorite moments. So are you a Barca fan, then? Are you a Barcelona fan? That was... You have to, even if you're a Barcelona fan, you have to admit that that was one of the coolest, like, craziest turn of events. Like, that was so wild. So wild. And I mean, we won the Champions League with that front three, and it was amazing. I still miss that front three. I still miss them to this day. Yeah, it's just a shame. Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, Barca's had a pretty tough go of it, huh? I mean, they were so amazing for so long. You know, and I was always annoyed by Barcelona because they took Suarez from us. Coutinho when he was in his prime, and then Coutinho did terrible there, and his career just went down the tubes after that. Wow. This is originally I was thinking that we had a channel there, but this is at this point this is just absolute chaos. What in the world? Who broke the market? Who broke the market? What in the world? Come on, fam. What was that? What do you call that? Look at that move. Sheesh. All right, let's get rid of this big channel. We're back down into the original range. Yeah, the team was amazing. Yeah, Suarez was amazing when he was at Barca. He was amazing at Liverpool too. It's just unfortunate because during the time that Suarez was at Liverpool, we had such bad defense and goalkeeping, and so we had an amazing offense and a terrible defense. But now we're doing awesome. We won the Premier League last season. We're probably favorites to win it this season. So we'll see what happens. We had some turnover in players and obviously some unfortunate events, but we'll see. Oh, dang. Yeah, I know. That would have been the runner of the century right there. Me too. I was like I was trying to grab something off my shelf. I look over. I'm like, oh, second entry short forming. I wasn't quick enough. That's all right. I'm pretty much done for the day because I got an appointment coming up soon. So I'm actually going to have to jet soon. But I wanted to watch this because this is kind of crazy. Man, that is a move right there. That's wild. That's a wild move. I mean, you see this sometimes. Yeah, I agree with you. Liverpool is just... And at this point now, we're now one of the top. We're now one of the top teams in the world. So it's looking really good for us. The problem is it's hard to get players to want to live there because the weather is so bad. Like, of course you'd rather live in Barcelona, you know, or like Barcelona or Madrid. Like, of course. Like, why wouldn't you want to live there? Way better weather. Oh, check it out. We hit our. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. We just hit our subscriber target for the day. So you know what that means. You know what that means. Goal! It's a goal, everybody. I'm so glad we got insane football here. We're talking about stuff because that's where that goal celebration's inspired from. The Spanish league, the La Liga broadcasters, they make me laugh so much whenever a goal happens. I wish that we had that. I wish that we had that. Oh man, I really do wish that we had that in the Premier League. Yep, that's it. Project Panic. Everyone's like, hey, Friday, we got to get out of our positions. Boom, boom, boom. We're out of here. See you later. Pretty wild. That was a move right there, man. That was a big, big move. Look at that. We almost came all the way down to the... I mean, that's pretty big. I wonder if I draw an actual range from the low to the high. Yeah, if you draw an actual range for the whole day from those highs, that actually pretty much is the midline of the range. That was basically like a 50% retracement on the price action from the overnight. If you zoom out far enough, you can still see this is all part of one bigger move. I mean, like if you look, I don't usually draw trends from the day prior when I'm trading, but you can kind of see like overall, like just this bias. This is a move through, but you see what I mean? We kind of just had this big, big move, and now we're finally getting that sell-off to get us to a more normal level. Pretty cool day, though. Pretty cool day. Really good week. There's a close outside new low, equal low there, so you could long that, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Because it's a close outside and two legs to a new low. But I just think that you're taking some risk there. Like, you're below the EMA. You just had this aggressive move. You're kind of in no man's land to take that trade. It's there, but I don't think that you want to take that long, even though it does follow the trend line rules. I just think that it's a little dangerous, and I don't think it's worth it, especially on a Friday. Like, don't take a sketch trade on a Friday right before the end of the day, and then you end up blowing up a trade, and then you have to go into the weekend feeling like a doofus. Just don't do that. Oh man, I wish I could stay and hang out longer today. But I gotta go because I have an appointment coming up soon. So I'm gonna jet, everybody. I'll get the live stream scheduled for Monday. It'll be at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Remember, if you want to get into the paid community, it's in the chat. It's in the description. It's still $99 a month. If you get that price, you lock it in as long as you're a member. If you wait till October 8th at 10 a.m., the price goes up to $127 moving forward. So you definitely want to lock that in sooner. And it's all in there. Everything is detailed in there. There's new videos. There's all that stuff. Hope everybody has an amazing weekend. I hope you had an amazing week. So I'm going to end things here. And then, like I said, I'll get the stream scheduled for Monday. I'm going to set it. We're going to do that experiment. We're going to set it to manual ads. That way it doesn't spam ads on everybody. And I'm sorry that it took me this long to realize that was happening. But I think it's just when Sean commented about it today, I'm like, oh, well, that's lame. If it just showed you in a 45-second ad right in the middle of me talking about something, that's annoying. So I want to fix that and get it sorted for everybody, give everybody a better user experience. Hey, good to have you, Insane Football. Hope to see you again soon. If you're not in my free Discord, you can join it. It's there's a link in the description to the link tree, and you can join it there. And yeah, I go live every weekday, so I'll see everybody soon. But have an amazing weekend, everybody. I appreciate you.